Hey, welcome back to the side quest. I can talk about more datey stuff. Yeah, it is interesting that, I don't know, this is obvious, but like, I did have to take both times, like the person with the Tinder and the person with the eHarmony, I did have to take the initiative of like, you do obviously have to say like, hey, I like you, I think you're nice and you're a cool person, so do you want to try to do a video date, or you want to go out to eat somewhere? It seemed like the eHarmony girl wanted to do that, but she wasn't going to say it. She wanted me to say it. That's the thing. I feel like I knew that she would say yes. So that's the thing that always bothers me about those people who are like, ooh, what's the worst that could happen if you ask somebody and they say no? Like, what's the worst that could happen? Is like, well, the worst thing that can happen is literally the worst thing, right? It's for someone to reject you and say, I don't think you're... This is how I would interpret it. Obviously, it's, you don't have to take it this far, but it's like, I don't think you're worth my time, and I don't think you're capable of love, basically, of someone loving you, someone liking you. That's, for a human to be rejected by a humanity, that's like the worst thing. So like, what's the worst thing that can happen? Someone rejects you as a person and who you are. That's a bad thing. So like, I don't want to be that person who's like, just, you know, you like a girl, just ask her, what's the worst that can happen? I feel like you can know if someone's probably gonna say yes or no. Like with that Tinder person, remember I asked her like, hey, do you wanna do something? And she was like, I like you, but I'm not ready for the thing. Like, I like talking to you. Because I knew she liked talking to me. So I felt comfortable asking her. It wasn't just like someone I met and they were just kind of talking to me a little bit. And I'm like, oh, what's the worst that can happen? I should just ask her to do something. No, don't do that. Don't do that. That's my advice. Don't do that. That's dumb. So here's something that's kind of not really a dating thing, but like, I feel like my fear of, I had a huge fear when I was in high school and college especially, of people knowing that I was weird and anxious, and I don't have that fear anymore. I've kind of incorporated, especially like through this YouTube thing's been huge. I've kind of incorporated that into my personality. Like, I'm a weird, anxious, like, I overthink things, and I talk, and I overanalyze stuff, and I'm like neurotic or nervous, but it's like I've incorporated it into my personality so that like I can show people that part of my personality and not be afraid of them like seeing me, because I can kind of present it in kind of a positive way, like, oh, I do this because like I care so much and I think about things, and like I'm kind of smart. So I don't have that fear anymore of most of the time of people seeing like, oh, you're kind of like a weird, anxious dude, and you're quiet all the time. And because when I did the eHarmony date, I told her about like, oh, I'm kind of introverted, and we had talked about like how we asked like, what's a pet peeve? That was one of the icebreaker questions, and what's a pet peeve of a roommate? And I was like, I never really had a roommate, but I remember living with my brothers, and something like a pet peeve of mine would be like if he had somebody come over and I didn't know about it. And I told her, like, oh, I'm kind of introverted, so like if people come over to the house, I feel like I gotta stay in my room and I don't want to go out. Like, I'm not gonna be the life of the party or anything and come out and be like, oh, hey everybody, like, what's happening, where's the party, let's start dancing, or I'm not gonna do that. So like that's me being honest about my weirdness, right? And I can do that now. Well, I would have never been able to do it before. I like her. I want to keep her. The flute guy's kind of cool. Ugh. This guy's pretty good. He's strong. Who do I want to get rid of? They're all pretty good. What about the horse guy? I'll get rid of this guy. Okay. Oh, did I start? No, whatever. It's fine. Oops. How do I see this guy? This guy. Oh, there's a lot of guys. Oh, and I don't have my thief. No, whatever, who cares? So I can't get the treasure chests. So yeah, hopefully I am getting better at that, of just like, that's who I am, and I just like have to accept it and then be able to show it to other people. Like that's a long process of like understanding who you are, accepting it, and then being able to show it to other people. I feel like I've gotten to the point where I kind of understand who I am. I don't know if I fully accepted it. But I've mostly accepted it, and then the next part is to be able to show it to other people, and I've been getting better at that. It's been a long process for me, because in high school, one of the big reasons why I didn't talk to people is because like I didn't want to show who. I was afraid of like, well, I didn't even know who I was, first of all. And then I was afraid of like showing any kind of a personality to anybody. I didn't want anybody to see my personality or who I was. I was afraid of that. And I am feeling better about yeah, man, I remember a couple years ago even, just feeling so bad about myself. I feel so much better. Like, I'm fine. I'm a fine person. It's fine. I used to feel so bad about not being able to connect with people, and I guess I still do a little bit. Just feeling like I'm just such a broken person, and I'm like defective. Like, I'm not. A person is supposed to be able to interact with people, and I'm not doing that at all. So like I'm like a messed up, like, broken thing. I'm not like acting like a human. But I went on a freaking date. What? You count that as a date? The one on Saturday, I haven't even talked about it yet. I'll talk about it a little bit, but I'm going to get coffee with somebody. That's a legit date. The video one, kind of a date. Never been on a date before. Not even anything close to a date. Like, not even going out with a friend that's a girl in a group, even. So, I was nervous. Did I mention that? With the eHarmony girl, I was nervous for sure. I was more nervous than I thought I was going to be for some reason. I thought I was going to be like, oh, I'm fine. Like, I can talk. Like, I'm talking here. I'll just talk to her, and she's just going to be on the screen. It's not like she's actually going to be in the room. But then, when she's actually there, I'm like, ugh. I did get that feeling. It did go away like maybe an hour later. Like an hour into the thing, I didn't really feel super nervous. But I definitely felt my heart beating faster like the first half an hour. But after that, yeah, it was good. I don't even want to go in there. Well, whatever. Well. What if I do this? I really like those animations. Cool. I don't know. Part of it, yeah, I mean, I didn't mention this, but part of the reason why I didn't like the eHarmony person was it did feel a little bit superficial to me. I don't know. Like, I didn't like that part of myself that was kind of judging her appearance. Because I did kind of do that. But when we did the video date, I wasn't thinking about her appearance at all. Like, it didn't seem to factor in. It was more like just watching her doing her singing and being like, I don't know, just her appearance. I didn't super, and I didn't like that. I was feeling that way. I even tried to be like, I don't know. I just had this thought this week, like, just imagine, like, you were blind, and you talk to this person like, and you were blind. How would you feel? Does it matter? I don't know. It feels like it. If I was blind, I would not care at all what the other person looked like. I'm not blind, so it matters a little bit, but like I do try to fight against it. Like it shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter what the person looks like. It's a weird kind of thing to think about, because you need to be feeling something extra to want to date somebody. I don't know. It's hard. But like, where does that extra thing come from? Does it come from looks? I guess I'll talk about tomorrow the coffee person, the Tinder person. I don't even really know what she looks like. She has a picture. She has one picture. But I'm like, oh, is that really what she looks like? I don't know. I put my freaking video on Tinder, so she knows what I look like. Even though in real life, I feel like that's a good video of me, but in real life I am probably... These pimples, oh god, is she gonna hate these pimples? Is this bad? Can you see? I got some ones right here, and I got these ones up here. Oh, and I'm so pale, oh no. What's the worst that could happen? Ooh, what's the worst that could happen? Shut up. But if you think about it, like, what's the worst that could happen? What's the worst that could happen ever? Like, literally, what's the worst thing that could happen? Dying isn't that bad. I don't care about dying. Like, the worst thing that could happen is you die. That's not that bad. The worst thing that could happen is someone rejecting me. Literally, that's the worst thing that could happen. Or torture. But torture, I mean, realistically, torture's not really on the table, right? For a date at a coffee place. So, the worst thing that could happen is she rejects me as a person and is like, you as a person is no good. I don't like it. That's literally the worst thing that could happen. Uh-oh. She's not doing so good. I gotta shoot this guy with an arrow? No, that's not gonna be good, is it? That's pretty good. I'm gonna do it. Too hot. Too hot to handle. And now we get this guy. Oh, cool. The Tinder girl, though, we were talking. I mentioned Zelda and Link because I bought that poster. And she's like, I don't know who's Link. She doesn't know Link. She doesn't know any video game stuff, which is pretty interesting. I thought like everybody kind of knew, even just like. I feel like everybody my age played video games, but I guess some girls, they didn't. But like, what did you do as a kid if you didn't play video games? That's all I did. Every day when I came home, I just played Game Boy, or I played GameCube, or PlayStation, or whatever. So I wonder, I don't know, maybe it would be fun to teach her about Zelda. I'm going to teach you all about Zelda. She likes music, so Zelda music is great. Everybody loves Zelda music. Okay, see you tomorrow. Boom, 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 boom.